All right, welcome to another edition of Trending Topics. I'm Billy B.
Winning, I have 1 gear, go, epic winning.
Back with
I live to win.
Live to win till you die.
And our first topic of the day, we're going to be talking about Peyton Manning to the Denver Broncos. I live to win. What do you think?
Well, Peyton Manning finally made his decision. The press conference just went off about an hour ago, and he will be joining the Denver Broncos, Billy B's favorite team. Now, this decision of Peyton Manning's to go to the Denver Broncos, in my opinion, was the wrong choice. We've made it known that we both felt his best option would be Arizona. Now, that was his best option of the suitors at that time. San Francisco made a late push. San Francisco was the best suitor of all that pursued him. San Francisco has an amazing defense there, where Peyton Manning can kind of take a step back. You don't have to do it all. That's going to be the best defense he might have ever had throughout his whole career. He's going to have Vernon Davis, possibly the best tight end he's ever had throughout his whole career. Now, Dallas Clark has been pretty good a few seasons, but Vernon Davis, I mean, come on. And then you've got Randy Moss with Peyton Manning. I mean, maybe he can rekindle the old flame. You get Randy Moss out there, bombs away like he was with Tom Brady. I mean, you've got a great
popcorn ready.
You got a great situation there, and Peyton decided to pass that and go to Denver, where not only will he be unseating Tim Tebow, a fan favorite in Denver, however, he will also be joining a roster that's not quite as talented as that Niners roster. Number two, an interesting situation. I thought Billy B didn't seem to really care too much. I don't think Peyton Manning should have worn number 18. Now, number was retired by a Broncos player who I've never heard of. Apparently, he was the first quarterback ever there, or something along them lines. And Peyton Manning talked to him today and said, I'm thinking about taking the number. And the guy said, it would be an honor for you to take that number, Peyton. I want you to wear that number. But that's what he has to say. That's the politically correct thing to say. You're not going to say, you know what, Peyton, I don't want you to take that number. You're not going to say that. So he said the politically correct thing. Peyton shouldn't have even asked. He should have said, that's your number 18. I'm not going to take it. Because how is Peyton Manning going to feel if 20 years from now, some guy gets signed by the Colts and says, hey, Peyton, is it okay if I use your 18? Can I use number 18? And Peyton will say the politically correct thing, of course, and say, you know what, sure, I'd be honored if you took it. But you shouldn't ask. The number's retired for a reason. You made your legacy with the Colts with 18. Make a new one with the Broncos. Take a new number.
Well, on the number thing, he was going to take 16. You can't do that. That's Jake the Snake. Can't do it.
That's true, too. But take another number, because that's what he wore at Tennessee was 16.
Exactly.
Take another number, Slice 16 and a half. Go eat.
Can't do it. It's Kyle Orton.
Well,
another fan favorite.
That's something no one follow, I guess.
All right. But my take on this, he got a 5-year, $96 million contract. The first year, tons of cash. Yeah, his first year he's going to be making $18 million, and then it goes to $20 for the next 2 years. There's an opt-out clause in case he does get injured. There's a lot of holes on this team, the Denver Broncos. I Live to Win said it's not the best option for him. I don't know why he chose the Denver Broncos. Didn't really say. Obviously, John Elway, he probably had a good rapport with him. My guess is he didn't choose San Fran because him and Jim Harbaugh will probably butt heads too much. I heard Brian Greasy on Mike and Mike earlier today. He said Peyton Manning probably wanted to go to a defensive-minded coach because he wanted to be able to do his offensive thing. He's pretty much an offensive coordinator, pretty much, on the field. So now John Fox can take care of his defense, which everybody is saying is a great defense. I don't see it. Tom Brady does not think this defense is great. He had 5 touchdown passes in the first half of the
destroyed them
playoffs last year. I mean, this defense is not great. They have many holes. They don't have a defensive tackle. They're going to be probably losing Brian Dawkins to retirement. Champ Bailey is another year older. Andre Goodman stinks. I hope they cut him. DJ Williams is going to be suspended for 6 games because he likes to use illegal substances. They have backup safeties that can't tackle. They're not. I mean, Von Miller and Dumervil, they're only 2 bright spots, and obviously Champ Bailey, they're only bright spots on this defense. So why everybody's saying this defense is great and is a top defense is beyond me.
I don't see it either.
I mean, unless they want this to become the Colts, where Peyton Manning is going to be doing all this work and the Colts defense is going to let them down like he did when he was in Indianapolis. And I don't want that to happen.
No.
So hopefully they fix that and they all get all the defensive players in the draft. They have a couple of holes to fill in the offense. They need a backup quarterback if they're going to be trading Tebow, which is a good option. They're going to need a backup. They're going to need a tight end, which is probably Dallas Clark is going to be coming. They're going to need another receiver, which is rumored for Mike Wallace to come to Denver, which he is a tenured player in Pittsburgh, which they'll have to give up their first-round pick for, which is their 25. They're not going to get a player of Mike Wallace's caliber at 25, so I will trade that all day.
No.
They're going to have to pay him around $9 million. They have the cap room. I think now they're going to be around the $22 million cap room with the signing of Manning. So that $9 million, I think they'll need $5 million to sign the draft players. So they still have plenty of cap room. So a lot of holes to fill. Don't know why he signed with Denver, but I enjoy the signing. It's a win-win for me being a Broncos fan first and a Tebow fan second. Obviously, Peyton Manning's a huge upgrade from Tebow as a quarterback. Now Tebow has a chance to go to a place that he's wanted. John Elway never wanted Tebow to shine. I'll get into that in our second segment. But so now he'll go to a place that he'll be wanted, and all is well in Denver.
And with that, we will go right into topic number 2. All right, so topic number 2. Tim Tebow is going to be out in Denver. He's not out officially yet, but, the writing is on the wall. Peyton Manning's there. So where do you think Tim Tebow should go next? Or where do you think that his best possible scenario would be?
My best possible scenario I think he would go would be Jacksonville. It's his hometown. Ticket sales is low. Maurice Jones-Drew is probably one of the best backs in the league. Led the league in rushing last year. Powerful back. Receivers, doesn't have much there. Obviously didn't have much there in Denver either, but that would be I would like him to go there as a fan of Tim Tebow. He was recently quoted of saying that he would like to go back to Florida to play. Obviously, he doesn't have the choice in that unless Denver says, hey, we have this offer, this offer, this offer. Which team would you like to go to? As being encouraged to him because they've treated him like crap since the day Elway's been there. So maybe they will be courteous to him for once. Who knows?
I doubt it.
Yeah, there are other teams that have been rumored. Was Green Bay, the Jets, the 49ers were in it for about a half a second, and they said no. Maybe just to say, Alex Smith, you will sign the contract now. Stop pitching. The Patriots, I think they should jump in it. The Dolphins, probably a couple other teams. There's 5 teams rumored. But I hope he does get traded. I hope he doesn't get cut because I think that would be a slap in the face to Tebow for all he's done to Denver. He pretty much got that team on the map. Nobody was talking about Denver. Kyler Murray was starting. The team stunk for 3 years.
Oh, Andrew Luck was talking about Denver.
Yeah.
I might end up in Denver.
I think Elway stuck Tim Tebow into the fire to say, I'm going to, here fans, put them in. You're going to suck. Shut the fans up. We're going to suck. We're going to get the top quarterbacks in the draft. This was before, the USC quarterback went back into the draft. This was when Luck was coming out and him. So we have a chance to get them to it. We're going to suck so bad. And, hey, we're going to get Luck. Congratulations. And backfired on him so bad. So then, okay, Manning comes available. Oh, we're going to get Manning. Oh, now we don't have a shot to get Manning. Okay, the next opportunity, we're going to sign Hasselbeck if he goes to the Titans. Oh, well, if he goes to the 49ers, we'll sign Alex Smith. Well, we'll just draft Brandon Whedon. Oh, he's a 29-year-old rookie. I don't know why anybody would want to draft him unless it's like the 3rd or 4th round. If you draft him, you're going to have to start him right away. Otherwise, it's pointless. Basically, that's all I have to say on the situation. Hope he goes to Jacksonville.
Tim Tebow is a great guy off the field. You look at all the stuff he does humanitarian-wise. He's going to trips to Africa and feeding the hungry or whatever else he's doing. Philippines. He's going around the world just feeding people and, things like that, which is great. And on the field, he's a great guy as well. On the field, there is nobody in the NFL that I would rather put my body on the line for if I was an NFL player than Tim Tebow. And there's nobody in the NFL that I think would put their body on the line for me like Tim Tebow would. Tim Tebow is not afraid to get in there, take a huge shot if it means for the good of the team. And that's great. He's a tough guy. But his attributes at quarterback are a little shaky. That's been documented. Merrill Hodge actually came out and said that his IQ is pitiful and he was disgusted watching him or something like that. But anyways, he did win games, and that was the bottom line. He won games, and that is what counts in this league, is winning games. So where is Tim Tebow going to go next? I don't know. None of us do. But where should he go? I would say Jacksonville or Miami. You look at 2 teams there who need a big increase in ticket sales. You look at 2 teams there who have stunk for a while. 2 teams there that don't really have a solid quarterback situation. Sure, Blaine Gabbert, you can say, was a first-round pick last year, but he stinks. I heard he was doing so bad that they were thinking about cutting him last year. And that's unheard of. So he could go to Jacksonville, he can go to the Dolphins, who struck out on all the quarterbacks they wanted. And I think he should start and go to them teams. Now, Cleveland's another option, I think, where he could actually go and start. I think that I could see them starting him over Colt McCoy, especially for ticket sales. Now, Green Bay, San Francisco, they don't really make any sense to me. Even the Jets, to a certain degree, don't make any sense because Rex Ryan's not going to bench Mark Sanchez. I think he should. I think Tim Tebow should start over Mark Sanchez because Mark Sanchez absolutely stinks. Tim Tebow might not make the throws to win you the game, but Mark Sanchez makes the turnovers to lose you the game. So that's the big difference right there. So bottom line, we'll see where he goes, and we will certainly make a video whenever he does pick his destination. But I think Miami or Jacksonville would be the perfect scenario.
Quick little question for all of our YouTube followers out there. The Titans are up 17-13 on the Jaguars. Let's say if he does get traded, or not traded, but we got Blaine Gabbert. I think they just traded for, or they just picked up Chad Henne or Tim Tebow. What quarterback would you want to lead the fourth quarter comeback for the Jacksonville Jaguars? Leave your
comment below. Leave your answer below. Leave your comment below. Let us know any topics you want to hear us make a video about. Let us know your thoughts on the topics that we talked about. Give us a thumbs up. And as always, subscribe. And we will see you next week.